Greetings, welcome to and/or welcome back to my YouTube page. I am Fire Lotus, and if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, hit that bell notification so you can get notifications when I post. So I got a comment recently about doing a video on how to strengthen your intuition. And this is actually really cool because there are multiple things that you can do, and you can do this alone, you can do this with family members. It's honestly fun. Okay, so for one of the number one things that I would suggest, especially if you do overthink things and or have anxiety, Smoky Quartz is going to be your best friend because Smoky Quartz can be programmed to filter out those anxious thoughts versus our real thoughts. And with trying to strengthen your intuition, that's the key of also building confidence in that. Now, it's also interesting, the reason I'm saying this is because for anybody who has been looking for an oracle deck, not a paid sponsor, but I got to do this anyways because it's amazing. Flowers from the Dead Oracle. You can find them on Instagram, Etsy, their own website, Flowers from the Dead Oracle. They actually created a deck that was specifically for this. It's the one that I use for my readings because it actually helps you build your intuition. But anyways, so check that out. But some easy basic techniques. So when you can, technically this first one you are going to need a second person, but literally just get a random object. This can be anything from a bottle of tincture to a rock. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so once you get the item, you are going to have somebody, you're going to pick one room of your house and have somebody go in there and hide that object. Then, after they have hid it, there are 2 to 3 ways you can do this. I suggest the first one, which is basically walking in the room and not only looking with your eyes, but also looking with your mind's eye. Basically, you're trying to sense where that item is. And just do this repetitively as many times as possible. Over time, it will help strengthen your intuition. Sorry about that, my cat got in the way. So, now, you can do this. Another thing that you can do, now this is from like the 70s and 80s. There are these cards that have basic symbols: circle, square, triangle, star, little cross. Get those, or you can even get flashcards and write these on there. And then basically shuffle them. And then either A, shuffle them, lay them down, and try to guess using your intuition. Try to sense what you're seeing. And, or if you have another person, have them hold it up to where you are only seeing the back and you're not seeing the actual image. Do that over and over again, and it will also help with your intuition. Now, I've gotten a lot of questions like, how did I strengthen my intuition? I just kind of listened to it over the years. I'm very, and this could have to do with like the ADHD or whatever, but I'm a very detailed person, as in when I meet you for the first time, I'm analyzing everything. I analyze everything. But I also believe that also helped with my intuition. The other thing that is also very important if you do have anxiety, always remember that anxiety is going to be in your chest. You'll understand what I mean. It's going to be in your chest. A gut instinct, which is also your intuition, is going to be in your stomach. Now, a lot of people believe that your intuition is like knowing things. Yes and no. It's also being able to pick up on things. Some people would associate this with like being an empath. I wouldn't. The reason that is have you ever had incidences where like you were supposed to go on a trip or you're supposed to do something, and like right as the time you're supposed to leave, something just was like, no, we're not doing this. No bones day. Let's pack it up. And then something weird happened, right? That's your intuition. Your intuition is almost like a spidey sense. It's not necessarily predicting the future or anything like that. It's just being able to know, being able to sense things, being able to check that vibe. But doing that exercise and then another exercise, now this is not necessarily with intuition as much as learning to work with energy. And in my case, they go hand in hand. You can kind of all do these exercises together. So for energetic exercises, what you're going to do, I would suggest starting out with a small houseplant. Something along the lines of this, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to hold your hand as close as you can without physically touching the plant. Now, what you're going to do is try to touch the plant spiritually. You're probably looking at me like, what? In other words, you're going to imagine and feel your energetic hand move out of your physical hand and connect with the plant. Once you connect with this plant's energy, you'll know it, because each individual plant, just like every other object, gives off its own specific individual energy. Now, once you do this over and over again, you can move up to like plants, to dogs, to cats, to trees. I highly suggest trees. But the cool thing is, this is also going to teach you how to do magic and what it feels like to interact with all these other energies. Now, eventually, you can also get it to where when you're doing a spell, you can actually tie in that spell or thread that spell to this, which means the energy that that spell needs will be coming from the plant. Now, another one is how to see auras, which also go in with intuition. This is basic, simple, and easy. You can do this by yourself. Preferably, you're going to need somebody else to do it. But you can also do this if you don't have somebody else. You can do it with this. The only thing you're going to need is a white or very, very, very light, no color background. And basically, if you have another person to do this, you're going to have them sit there, like, have their legs crossed like the lotus position, and have them just sit there. And what you're going to do is you're going to focus right here where my finger is at. So you're going to focus right there closest to where their head's at. And eventually, if you're focused, what you're trying to do with this is you're trying to break your eye's concentration without actually breaking the focus. Once you do this, normally there will be a very, very thin, like discoloration or almost white line or silver line that encases this. Now, if you do this more and more and you use it as an exercise, that little white line will actually go farther out and start changing colors. And congratulations, you just saw your first aura. Yes, exciting, I know. Okay, the other very, very simple one, I used to do this all the time, and honestly, when it comes to spell work or sending energy out to somebody, this is one of the first exercises I encourage people to do because it's easy but very, very effective. You're going to rub your hands together, right? Rub your hands together, and then when you pull them apart, you're going to be able to feel a cooler sensation. You're going to feel a different sensation. That is basically your own energy, or what some people call chi. It's your own energy. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to focus on that, and you're going to try to build a bubble, or like a little ball in your hand. Now, it's going to take time. Some people will catch on to this like this. Other people, it'll take time. That is okay. We all learn differently. Okay? So, once you have the ball in your hand, this is where it gets interesting. You can actually set the intention or set specific energy, whether that's love, light, healing, just a happy, giggly moment. And once you get that focused in on there, you're going to do like this, get a little bit bigger, and then send it off. Once you send it off, imagine the person you're sending it to. Imagine this bubble flying over them and just popping and raining all that energy down on them. I cannot wait. If y'all try any of these, please let me know in the comments how y'all did. Now, again, a lot of people think when you do things like this, it's like one time, bam, wham, you're done. No. These are things that you need to incorporate into your daily activities or daily lives. The more you do it, magic is almost like working out. It's like the physical body. It's called muscle memory. The more you use magic, the more you connect with that energy, the more that you do exercises to strengthen your intuitions or other psychic abilities, the stronger they will become, because it's just like our bodies. The more we do physical labor, the more our muscle memory builds, and then the more our muscles themselves build. And with muscle memory, what this means is you're going to get to a point to where your body's just automatically remembering the movements. So let me know if y'all want me to make any other videos. I hope y'all like this. Share this, like it, heart it. Everything helps. And very shortly, I am going to start incorporating going live here on my YouTube page. I will be advertising it, of course. And if you haven't already, go subscribe to my Facebook page where I go live. And you can book readings with. Go like my 2 Instagrams, Fire Lotus the Witch and Fire Lotus the Witch podcast, because I will be having 3 new episodes coming out very, very soon with other practitioners. And yeah, I also have a Discord. I have a Amazon wish list of books that I have personally in my collection. You can find all of this in the link tree. That will also be selected below. If any of the social accounts don't work, you can go to any social media, Clapper, TikTok, type in Fire Lotus the Witch, and it'll pull all of my stuff up. My podcast link is also in there as well. And yeah, I just wanted to let y'all know that I love y'all. Y'all are all magical. And I'm super, super excited about the community that we're creating. And like I said before, if you have any other video suggestions that you would like me to make, drop it in the comments below.